Ready?
Hey guys, what's going on? Kyle here with the Car Guys. I'm here at Stanford. You got a YouTube channel, we'll go ahead and shout that out because I want to shout it out. What is it?
Lord Solar Prime.
It'll be here and then in the description as well. You're playing Infernoids and raping everybody, and there's no better term for that. You're raping everybody today, and with the new cards that came out, like Left Arm Offering and such, and it made the deck stupid.
It's definitely needed, man. Definitely needed, but we'll talk about that in just a second.
Awesome. Let's go ahead and get into this list here.
All right. For the monsters, it's kind of unique. I'm playing two Anuku and two Deviati. I'm playing the Void Imagination build, and you need two of these to actually get those two off. For the rest of Inferno, it's pretty much standard: 3 Atontal, 3 Seedsmiths, 3 Cortrulia, 3 Harmodic, 2 Antras. This is one of the really worst ones.
Yeah.
I even side one out every now and then.
Okay.
And 3 Decatrons. Of course, everybody know what he does.
Of course, he's the best one.
Yeah, he copies the name, the level, and things like that, which is really important for when you're trying to go off with imagination.
Yeah.
For the non-Infernoids, I don't play but only one, which is Dark Magician of Chaos. And the reason I play Dark Magician of Chaos is because Reasoning and Monster Gate. Once people figure out that, you know, they don't want to see Decatron, they're always going to call one. So running into Dark Magician of Chaos, allowing you to add back Monster Gate or Reasoning is huge, or any other spell card is huge. So that's the reason why I run that. And of course I make rank 8s with them too. Moving on to the spells, and the most important spell of the deck is Void Imagination.
For people who don't know what this is, what does this card do?
Let me go ahead and read the whole thing out to you. Void Imagination is a continuous spell card, which you might want to keep in mind for when you face Druendal. So you cannot be stopped by Druendal. So Infernal monsters you control whose levels are 2 or higher become level 1, and all battle damage that you inflict to your opponent becomes halved. That's our first effect. You can send this card to the graveyard to fusion summon 1 Infernoid fusion monster from your extra deck, using monsters in your hand or on your side of the field that you control. But the kicker thing to this, and the reason why you play this, is because for the last effect, if your opponent controls a monster that was special summon from the extra deck and you don't, you can also use up to 6 monsters from your extra deck. So, I mean, for your main deck. So essentially, when you're going against Pepe or XYZ Monarchs, or BA for that matter, you can play this and send 6 Infernoids from your main deck to the graveyard, basically not needed to see, what is that card? Reason and or Monster Gate. So it really kickstarts your graveyard really early and puts the fusion monster on board, which is a 3400. But we'll get to that in just a second. So that's the card you mainly want to Left on Offering for, as well as Reasoning and Monster Gate, which is both is at 1.
I know it hurt the deck a lot, didn't it?
Yeah, it did. I'm not gonna lie, it did. But in return, we got Left on Offering, so it's okay. The only matchups that it really hurts is when you're going against Monarchs with no extra deck, because now you have 3 dead cards in your graveyard. I mean, your main board, and you only have 3 of these to actually search for. Basically, these cards right here to basically get your graveyard going. So 3 Left on Offering is really nutty. It's really good. Just love that card overall. For the one-ofs, I got the 1 Rekindling, the 1 for 1, and the 1 Regeki. This is just motivators for Decatron, and of course I got the 1 Burial. The 1 Twin Twist, I was playing 2, but I quickly cut it down to 1. Didn't need 2. I always side the other 2, so it's all good. And for my tech choice, I play 2 Scapegoats, which is really clutch, coming in against Cosmos, what's that, Mermills, and even sometimes the new version of Pepe when they want to do a hard push. Being able to put 4 tokens out on board that you can also use for your Inferno effects is really huge. I debated on taking this out on my drive up here today, and not now. I don't want to take it out of it now. So moving on to the last 3 cards. My deck is triple Drowning Mirror Force. The reason I play triple Drowning Mirror Force over any other Mirror Force is because this allows me to actually tribute my Infernoids with no fear of me taking direct damage. So you can only activate this card when you have no monsters on board. So by me actually debating on tributing my Infernoids to stop monster effects, spell effects, or anything like that. It leaves my field open. So this allows me to do that with no consequence behind it. So that's the reason I play that.
Okay.
So it's been really, really good today.
Awesome. You'll see that on a feature match, actually.
Yeah. Even though he rebuilt everything. Moving to the extra deck, we play 3 Infernoid Tiara, and I'm not gonna read her whole effect because the first 2 is the ones that I always do the most. First of all, it's summon off Void Imagination. The first effect, when you send 3 Infernoids to the graveyard, you can send 3 extra deck monsters from your extra deck to the graveyard, and you and your opponent both do this. And the second one that I always do is each player mills 3 cards from the top of their deck to the graveyard.
Yeah.
So I try not to go further than that because it's really unneeded. So just those 2 effects is the only ones you're gonna really need to do.
Okay.
Moving on to more cards extra deck, we play 1 Scarlight, 1 Crimson Blader, 1 Scrap Archfiend, 1 Meteor Burst, 1 Black Rose. I'm missing my Cyframe Lord Omega. I'm gotta pick one up today. 1 Draco Sack, 1 blue, I call it blue, 1 Odd Eyes Absolute Dragon, and I need to show you guys a combo with that actually. 1 Heliopius for the Cosmo matchup, seeing as he doesn't target, he gives me a beater on the board.
Yeah.
1 83, and this is pretty cool right here. This is my Cosmo lockup. Exceeding into grinder or gimmick puppet is not really what you want to do. I'll take it a step further than that, and I exceed into this, and I exceed into the little spider, and exceed into the big spider. The big spider's last effect is it cannot be well, when it would be destroyed, you can detach a card from this to stop it from being destroyed, and that effect doesn't activate. It's just as, you know, would it be destroyed, like
kind of like a 101.
101, exactly, like 101. So the only answer Cosmo has for this is Cosmojo. That's the only out they actually have for that.
4K attack, right?
Yeah, 4K.
Yeah,
so you basically
really
just keep poking with this guy until maybe they top deck a Cosmojo. But you should have gained a pretty much advantage by that time.
Okay. What about this combo you were just talking about?
The combo is what I try to do typically when I activate Void Imagination. I try to have one of the bigger Infernoids on board, like a Dontal or either Seedsmith Engrave. So let me get 2 Seedsmiths here. So I try to have one of these on board either by Decatron's effect or by its original body. So I activate Void Imagination, which sets this guy right next to a Dontal. And the thing is, if you can actually make a clear attack on him, if you have Regeki or anything, you can use a Dontal's effect to get rid of him to summon 2 Seedsmiths. Or you would summon 1 Seedsmith and use his effect to get rid of I'm sorry, you would start off with Seedsmith, not a Dontal. So you start off this board right here, tribute off that guy, summon another one, exceed into Odd Eyes, and then summon a Dontal right beside him. Make an attack on their monster, and his effect is he gets to attack again if he destroys the monster and send it to the graveyard. So he attacks for 28, you attack for another 28, using his effect in the battle phase to get rid of Absolute to summon Meteor Burst for OTK push. So I try to do that most of the time, but it don't always happen. But that's one of the quick OTKs you can do with this deck. So that's
Stanford,
it.
I enjoyed this list, seeing you playing it today.
Yeah, it's pretty good.
Hopefully it'll spark a lot more people into trying to play it.
Yeah, it's pretty good. I think the traps can use a little work, but I like the Drowning Mirror Force because it lets me tribute my Infernoids with no fear of taking direct damage. So I do like that a lot. So.
Awesome. Well, I appreciate the deck profile.
No problem,
if you guys didn't do it beforehand, definitely go ahead and subscribe to this channel down below right there.
Lord Solar Prime.
Lord Solar Prime. I'll have it linked up. He's actually, I believe, in my feature box as well, so you guys should be able to see that too. Yeah. But yeah, this has been Stanford, Cowboy Car Guys, and we'll see you guys later.
Peace.